You can't lay there in bed because that just perpetuates a problem. Yeah.
Dude, what's the most hungover you've been, though?
Oh, probably that time out here on the deck when we burned up all of the propane because we left the barbecue open. Yeah, because I got up the next day and, man, I wasn't sick, but I knew I couldn't function. I couldn't work. I couldn't get out in the heat and work. I knew that would kill me. You know, I mean, I wouldn't even be able to, dig my own grave before I closed out. But that's probably the most hungover I've been.
I had a couple of bad hangovers with you when we were putting down our whiskey back in the day. But probably one of the worst hangovers I've ever had was my first night when I took Kristen to the Los Lonely Boys concert in Los Angeles, California. Well, actually, I didn't take her there. I met her there, but it was the first date that I asked her on. And, dude,
you old romantic.
I was flying, and I was flying. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to incriminate myself any further. My wife didn't know everything that was going on. Well, she wasn't my wife then.
Right.
She didn't know everything that was going on at the time. And that was the night where I tried to go back home. I was living in Diamond Dallas Page. I left my keys in my manager's truck. Couldn't get in. I spent the night with Kristen. That wasn't a great scenario to begin with. Dude, I was so hungover. By the time she dropped me off at DDP's the next day, I crawled into bed, after drinking a couple of beers. The next day I called her on the phone. I had a case of beer. I sat there in bed talking to her that night. And the next day I went over and watched Sunday football. But God dang, watching the Los Lonely Boys and Reese Winans was playing with them. Reese Winans, the old keyboard player from Stevie Ray Vaughan. And we went into his trailer, and I talked to him for about 2 hours, but I was so hammered. It was a great conversation. I wish I could remember what exactly we talked about, but that was one of the worst hangovers I ever remember. Snuck in a fifth of vodka, drank damn near all of it, along with some other stuff, and
dude, I'm gonna have to steal your deal there. Honey, I left my keys in my manager's vehicle. I'm gonna have to stay with you tonight.
Works every time.